Did Florida State finally find a center at the high school level that they can develop to become a potential starter for 2 to 3 years in Garnet and Gold? Well, there sure is a chance here with Florida State getting a big flip here. Florida State and Herb Hand, the new offensive lines coach, putting a whole focus in revamping this room all across the board at the high school level, certainly too, and the transfer portal, which they found some success with. But this time tonight, Florida State landing Chavez Sandman Thompson, an offensive lineman primarily at the center position, but previously committed to FIU, also to the Oregon Ducks and Dan Lanning over there. But this time, Florida State getting him on campus this last weekend with a handful of other players as well, and garnering that commitment to the Florida State Seminoles. A relationship with Gus Malzahn, along with also Herb Hand, helped this quite a bit going back to their days at UCF. Herb Hand was able to get Chavez in for a visit this last summer to UCF, but now, of course, he's in the Garnet and Gold and got him into Tallahassee and was able to get this flip from what could be a potential starter in the future for Florida State at the center position, which they've lacked deeply in development at. If we go back and look at it under Alex Atkins, there's really nobody that they could have serviceable outside of maybe putting in Darius Washington, who was a versatile offensive lineman hybrid guy that you moved around everywhere, but they just didn't have someone that they felt comfortable with putting out there as a starting player when Maurice Smith would not be available or got injured. So yes, it's a need here, and interested to see what Chavez can do developmental-wise with Herb Hand. So first, let's talk about his high school career, specifically this last senior season, where he played at Cocoa High School, where they went on an 11-3 run and won the state championship. He has a lot of versatility. He can move around the entire offensive line. Specifically, like I said, I think the Seminoles are going to like him at the center position just because of his size, which I'm about to talk to you about. Played at the center position, also right guard, left guard, and right tackle. He also has some wrestling accolades too. Physical guy, love it. Won a district wrestling championship as a sophomore and is also aiming for a state title later this spring. So I love it. I mean, I think everybody, when you have wrestling and football matched up together, definitely when you're in the trenches, sign me up. He's also the high school teammate of Javon Boggs, who had a record breaking season this last year, Florida State wide receiver signee. So those two guys becoming teammates again at the collegiate level. So let's look at his measurables here. His height and weight, 6'1", 310 pounds. So that's where you most certainly see him more fitting into that center position moving forward. That's kind of what the measurables always tend to tell you. But for 247 Sports, where they have him in the rankings, he is the number 73rd interior offensive lineman and the number 141 recruit in the 2025 class overall. This becomes the 7th addition to Florida State's offensive line for this offseason overall. During the early signing period, they were able to land Mario Nash Jr., who was previously committed, a 4-star offensive lineman. Then Sean Perrette, a 3-star. And then through the transfer portal, they loaded up as well. As we know, Wake Forest center transfer Luke Pettibon, this is going to be great pairing those two together. Luke can do a lot of coaching with him for this next season as well. A very well experienced center at the Power 4 level with Luke Pettibon, and also handful of other guys. You got former Ole Miss offensive tackle Micah Pettis coming in. You've also got Gunnar Hansen coming from Vanderbilt, who's going to likely be your starting left tackle. You've also got UCF guard transfer Adrian Medley coming in too. There's a handful of also some other returnees at the offensive line position. You got Jacob Rizzi, Richie Leonard, Bryson Estes, TJ Ferguson, Jalen Early, Andre Otto, Lucas Simmons, Manasseh Atiti, John Daniels, Ty Helton, and Jaden Todd. Florida State Seminoles, I mean, they're loading up definitely in the trenches of what is a major need. It's almost mandatory at this point off of what we saw last season and the product overall. But a 3-star offensive lineman coming into Florida State, Herb Hand, you could just tell this was a big priority for him, but also to Mike Norvell and what they want to do developmental-wise specifically, likely in that center position. The 2025 recruiting class now has 39 newcomers, 23 high school/JUCO recruits, and 16 transfer additions. And Florida State currently holds the number 18th team ranking in the 2025 class per 247 Sports. So I think this is a solid addition for the Seminoles overall. They need this. You got to add some guys that can hopefully be developed to be starters at your center position. And I think we'll see how Herb Hand and the rest of the offensive line coach and the assistants can do in development with Sandman. So let me know what you think about the addition down in the comments. And before you leave, definitely hit that subscribe button down below and hit the like button if you'd like to see more videos like this moving forward, hitting your feed on a daily basis. So with that being said, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.